What's up YouTube? My name is Uncle Smokey, and this is Uncle Smokey Stock Trades. And before I start this video, I would like to say, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So please take what I say with a grain of salt, and do your own DD.
Today we're going to talk about ticker symbol MMAT, Meta Materials Inc. We're going to break down the TA, we're going to go through the options chain, we're going to look at both Ortex and Fintel. We're going to do my prediction at the end of the video, but of course I want to go through all of this first stuff very fast because I've got some major stuff I want to talk about, and as you guys know, it's going to be pertaining to that Mmtlp shares. Alright, so let's crack into the day. Today we opened up the day at $5.04. We hit a low of $4.94, and that was immediately right out of the gate. We hit a high of $5.40, and we closed the day out at $5.30. We finished up 6.21% on the day, and we did all of that on a very low 7.5 million in volume. Now, the volume was a little bit higher than yesterday, but not by a whole lot. But we did have a lot of buying pressure today, and I would have to assume maybe not so much shorting pressure. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. We're going to find out as we break into the video. So we absolutely did follow my bull prediction today. It absolutely came to fruition. And like I said, we needed volume to break and hold over the $5.35 mark. We broke over. It was a fake out breakout, hit 540 and rejected immediately off of it. This is basically where the shorts came into play. The stock was trading a little bit heavy. It was showing it was a little bit overbought. It needed to be pushed down. And they did. They pushed it down to another level of support where it traded there for a short amount of time before getting shoved back down to that 520 range, where it consolidated for a great amount of time. And I'll tell you what, guys, this is the best form of consolidation, right above a solid level of support, holding and respecting the VWAP. This is great. Basically, awesome trading right there. We did, after the lunch hour, try to make an attempt back at the 535 channel. It didn't break through. Again, low volume. It's not going to break it. It's not going to hold it. Consolidating in this area, I mean, this was a great consolidation day after the major run-up in the morning. This is a step. We're back to stair-stepping. So step number one. We hit that bottom level. Where are we at? Right there. Step number one. We need to continue the momentum into step number two. But let's just look at this while we're at the one-day chart. We completely consumed, if we go in, here's our shadow, we've got this whole candle, and over half of this candle fully consumed. Gone. We have wiped away quite a bit of loss just today. We're back at a more comfortable, stable level where everybody's a little bit happier. Smiles are on their faces. Now, real quick, let's look here. One-day chart, looks like we still had a bigger red bar. But here's what you're going to notice. The MACD is going to start slightly hooking up. You can actually see it here slightly hooking up. And the RSI is pushing up from a low level. We're sitting at, 52.59. So there's a lot of room for the RSI to run right now. So providing the RSI keeps moving forward, we have more volume push in, buying volume push in tomorrow. I would expect for the MACD line to start hooking up heavier towards the signal line to start hooking up, and for the red bars to start getting smaller towards a green bar. Again, signaling that the trend is starting to change. All right, let's go ahead and move on to why I think we had a nice green day. In fact, I think everything overall had a nice green day. All right, Senate approves bill to raise debt ceiling to avert default for now. So Senator Mitch McConnell came out and basically said that we're going to go ahead and kick the can down the road until December, and we'll go ahead and reapproach this at that point. No need for us to go ahead and address the issue now. Okay, I guess that's okay for the market. Looks like it did a nice little rebound for us. Let's hopefully see if some stuff can start get rolling uphill instead of downhill for a switch. So we're going to go ahead and push past that. Let's move right into the Ortex data. Oh, wait, no. We got to go to our options chain first. Sorry about that, guys. So options chain, here we go. Oh, you'll see down here, I was trying to buy, if you look down here in my orders, I was trying to buy that Mmtlp earlier today, it wouldn't let me do it. It kept telling me, no, 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 can't be done, can't be done. So I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit. So here we go. Options chains. Today we had 10,000 calls, 2,000 puts. That's 80%, 20%, guys. Doesn't get any easier than that. For a grand total of 12,000 options contracts traded today. We did have a 131% implied volatility. That is down, and it has been gradually coming down. Even on green days, it's been coming down a little bit. Now, on the super parabolic green days, it does not come down. It does go up. But that's to be expected. Hasn't gone up crazy, though. So overall, it was an extremely bullish day, again, in the options chain. But again, with extremely low volumes, going to come a lot lower of a options count. So just keep that in mind. When we're not talking about 20 and 30,000 options traded, it's because the volume is low. All right, so we're done talking about that. Let's move on to Ortex. So here we are at Ortex. Let's hit refresh real quick. My computer's been running a little bit slow, so I do apologize for that. I'm working on getting a new router and maybe updating my internet. I think there might be a big update going on in my area. I don't really know. All right, so let's get that information up there. Currently, we're sitting at 88.88% utilization. Cost to borrow sitting at 8%. The days to cover is 2.15 days. Current number of shares on loan is 43.14 million, which is 18.65% of the free float. They did manage to return a total of 3.49% of their total shares out today, returning 2.41 million shares, borrowing an additional almost 1 million shares for a borrow change of 1.5 million. The current estimated short interest is 28.45 million, with a current short interest free float of 12.3%. Now, also, we got to keep in mind that the current average number of days on loan is 21.3 days. That means that the short positions have been holding their shorts overall 21.3 days. We'll call it 21 just because we can round down a little bit easier. Now, with that being said, with this have being a return of shares, yes, that means that shorts are returning their positions. And we are seeing the estimated current short interest come down little by little every day. This could be the fact that they're getting scared. They know that things are up and coming. Now, I don't know if that is because of this Mmtlp stuff. We still don't know. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute. All right, over to Fintel real quick. So I'm just going to blast through this, and I'm sorry I'm going really fast today. A lot of you might actually like that, but I really want to get into the hot topic of the day. So Fintel today is showing us 55.65 out of 100 on the short squeeze score. We currently have, let's hit refresh to make sure that's true. Currently have 900,000 shares available to be shorted into the market. This is from a leading prime brokerage. Currently, we're at 5.25% on the short borrow fee rate, and there was a massive 56% short volume today. And this is just what is reported to Fintel. That is the the dark pool volume, the PSX, BX, and the CBOE. That's it. That doesn't count the bats and all those guys, okay? So there's a lot more shorting still going on, just not showing up here because it doesn't get reported here. And again, that's 56%. That's well over half of the day's volume from these exchanges. I did not do the short transaction fees. I'm sure Terry's got that covered on his channel. I'll plug all that information in and we'll cover it on another day because I want to get to the hot topic. All right, so let's go ahead and break into the topic of the day, Mmtlp shares. So the first thing I want to talk about is this Reddit DD that was done here about 8 hours ago by just this guy, ATX. Just this guy, ATX. Thank you very much. This is a very good piece of DD that you did for us. It's really more of a dividend post, basically telling people to calm the hell down. This isn't what you think it is. And if anybody wants to go through and read this, this is absolutely fantastic. You know that I don't read things word for word. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something better than that. I'm going to try and help explain to you guys why this isn't what everybody thinks it is. Why this is probably more of a manipulation communication key, tactic than anything. First and foremost, before we get into that, I do want to let everybody know that I have signed up for this TradeStation site. This is a new site that I have just found. I seen a commercial. Mr. Wonderful, the guy from Shark Tank, he's got this trading platform. This is what I decided I want to try and use. I want to see if I can trade OTCs on it. I'm going to find out tomorrow morning. I am going to pick up some of this Mmtlp if I can get it through here. If not, I'm going to find another platform that I can trade OTCs on. I've been against them for so long, but Mmat to me is worth it. I'm willing to give it a go because I want to try this out. Also, I want to make sure that nobody else is out there getting screwed today. I did put a video out about midway through the day. I was at work. I had to fly through it, just kind of pre-warning people not to sell this stuff. If you can get a hold of it, great. Buy it up. Get it all, because it doesn't cost us anything to hold this stock. If you're confused, if you don't know what it is and you're skeptical or you're skittish, don't buy it at all. Don't enter into a position that you know nothing about, especially if you don't have the money to lose. So, with that being said, I am going to be attempting to getting some of this stuff tomorrow. I know everybody else has been buying it. I want to be one of the cool kids too. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and keep talking here. So I saw a tweet out there from John Brada, and I didn't know if it was for sure him. And basically, it can be totally confirmed that it is him. Sterling's physically talked to him and everything, so that's fantastic. I'm super excited. He did give me a little bit of a correction. Thank you for that, sir. Always remember, guys, I'm a humble man. I absolutely love it when I get corrected, because that means I have just learned something new and I can absorb it. So here basically stating, correcting me, I am not sure if this is the real John, but if it is, he says these are basically fake. Now here we go. Not saying that they are fake, as I do not control trading in the gray markets. However, the information they use to populate info on the company is extremely dated from 8 years ago. There is no doubt a broker is trading it, and a market seems to be developing, legal or not. So he's not saying that they're fake, as in fake shares, as in synthetic shares, as in they're not real, but he is saying that they could be illegal. All right, so I'm cool with that. I like that. Thank you, John, for being a voice of reason. We know that Meta can't say a whole lot. George can't say a whole lot. I'm sure if they had something to do with this, we would have known about it. They're not just going to go blindsiding us with something crazy like this. Not at all. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a little bit bigger of a screen than this, where you can see me a little bit better. We'll just put little clips of the stuff I'm talking about below it, all right? All right, so here's why I don't think Meta has absolutely anything to do with this whole Mmtlp share thing. And I don't think it has anything to do with the dividend or a spinoff in any way, shape, or form. First and foremost, it is not being done on every single brokerage. In fact, Webull did not change anything. Robinhood, they're not supposed to be able to trade OTC at all. And the fact that they were stating that you can trade tomorrow, I guess, which thank you, Rock, for getting me that information. You sent that something to me on Twitter earlier today. I know that's been floated around a little bit ago too, but remember, when I'm at work, I don't get a whole lot of this information. It takes me a long time to filter through it. So when you guys send me stuff in like DMs and stuff, it makes it a little bit easier for me to find that info because I can pinpoint it quickly. Now, the one thing I want to talk about is this. So here is the section inside of the proxy statement that was sent out back long before the merger even happened. Prior to the effective time, Torchlight will declare a dividend on a 1-for-1 basis of Series A preferred stock to the Torchlight stockholders as of the Series A preferred record date that will entitle such Torchlight stockholders to asset sale dividends from any asset sale transaction consummated prior to the asset sale expiration date. The net proceeds prior to the asset sales expiration date, the net proceeds from any asset sale transaction will be determined by agreement of the combined company and the Series A preferred representative. And after the deduction of holdback amount, the remaining net proceeds will be paid as a net proceeds dividend to the holders of Series A preferred stock. A net proceeds dividend. That means it's not going to show up as a share cost. It's going to be an amount that is deposited directly into your brokerage account. It's not a share. They are there as a placeholder. They're not shares. If it's a dividend, they will go in as a dividend. Just like any dividend from any company that's ever existed, they don't show up as shares. Dividends are dividends. They're monies that are deposited into your cash account. If you have a margin debt, it's going to consume it. But they're monies deposited into your cash account. Mmtlp is not your dividend. The 70-cent thing that you see on there is not the value. We've already been given a fact that it's going to be between $1 and $20. So it's going to be at least $1. So 70 cents doesn't make any sense, does it? It's a way for the hedgies to try and get you to sell off your shares, your rights to your dividend, okay? The brokerages hold their shares in street name, okay? That means that there are more shares out there than are what actually is reported, because all these brokerages are holding these shares in street name, but they oversold what you had long before the merger. Remember, those were naked shares that you guys bought. But that means they're naked dividend placeholder spots, guys. Naked dividend placeholders. Naked shares, naked dividend placeholders. Because there are more than likely far more dividend shares out there than what are reported, because they can't report the bad stuff. But they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you. They have to. All right, so we'll keep going. So we've covered the net proceeds dividend to the holders of Series A preferred stock. Additionally, any holdback amount remaining after the satisfaction of all claims for indemnification made by the combined company in accordance with the Series A certificate of designation will be paid as holdback dividend to the holders in a Series A preferred stock. So this is where it would start coming into the fact of you can get multiple dividends, but no matter what, it will still always go in as a dividend payment. Okay, so just always keep that in mind. What you're seeing happening right now is hanky, malicious bullcrap. Straightforward, the end. Let's keep going. Sorry about that. The combined company will not require to pay any net proceed dividends or holdback. So the combined company will not be required to pay any net proceed dividends or holdback dividends until the aggregate amount of accrued asset sale dividends, aggregate, okay, combined all total numbers, amount of accrued asset sale dividends is at least $2 million, which we know that is for the holdback, or there are no remaining assets. So you're not going to see anything until they're sold, until they're gone, and we're going to know about that. All right, you're gonna see a sale on the Oregon Day. You're gonna see a sale on the Hazel Project. You're gonna see those things. All right, so we're gonna keep talking. The Series A preferred representative will represent the holders of Series A preferred stock in connection with any claims for indemnification made by the combined company. Okay, great. So here's where I think that Oilco thing is. All right, so that should be popping up here. This is the representative of the holders of Series A. Okay, I think that's kind of that, maybe. Following the asset sale expiration date, subject to certain conditions, so following, after, the asset sale expiration date, December 31st of 2021, subject to certain conditions, the combined company may declare a spin-off dividend of any remaining assets to the holders of Series A preferred stock. So this cannot happen until after December 31st. If there is going to be a spin-off, you're certainly not going to see it today. You're not going to see it until after December 31st because it cannot happen until following the asset sale expiration date. So what you're seeing happening before you is a trick. Do not sell them. If you got them, great. Hold them. I'm going to try and buy some too. I want to be cool. But don't sell them. Don't try and sell them because what you may be doing is selling your rights to your preferred shares. If you sell those off, you may lose them all. You've been holding your preferred shares for months now, and this could be the ticket to help you launch your position up into a stratospheric spot. You know, like for instance, I'm holding currently 3,000 shares. I have 455 Torchlight shares because I am not brave enough to go and buy the options that Terry has bought. I'm still a little sketched on that, but hey, cool. However, once that dividend actually hits, it'll hit my account as a cash position. I can then buy more MMAT. You can't trade the Torchlight preferred shares. They're not tradable, and we're going to get into that right now. So let's keep going. Sorry. Remaining assets. All right. Torchlight will consult with the Series A preferred representative regarding the structure, timing, and material terms of the spinoff dividend, which must ultimately be approved by the board of directors of the combined company. So this will have to go through a large meeting, all right? And we'll probably hear about it. You're probably going to get some kind of information stating, hey, assets have sold, dividend will be put here and dispersed accordingly. They won't tell you what it is until probably dispersion date. Anyway, if the combined company cannot declare a spinoff dividend in a manner that is exempt from registration pursuant to the applicable securities and laws, blah, 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 the value of the remaining asset of the holders, the combined company will use good faith, commercially reasonable efforts to preserve the value of any remaining asset, or to distribute or provide the value of remaining assets to the holders of Series A preferred stock. And again, this is where that multiple dividends can come into play. As the assets sell after the date in the spin-off dividend, which requires a holding position in order to have a spin-off dividend because it has already gone past the appropriated date. Sorry, I'm losing my breath. They needed to have Oil Co. Holdings to put those assets in there so they could be dispersed to the preferred Series A holders. It just had to be done that way. Now, again, this is all still speculation and all in my own opinion. However, if you start listening to this and listen to it so far, it kind of makes a lot of sense. Anyway, where were we at? So, in the event the combined company consummates a spin-off dividend, the combined company shall be permitted to enter into indemnity arrangements with such entity to indemnify the combined company from any losses that it may already be indemnified. All right, so that's just basic legal jargon right there. And the last thing that I want to tell you is, so the last thing that proves that these Mmtlp shares should not be trading, basically, and that they're not your dividend per se, is if you look at the Series A preferred stock right here, it says it means the Series A non-voting preferred stock of Torchlight. If it's a non-voting stock, that means it's a non-trading stock, because all of the retail stocks that you trade on the market hold a vote. All of them. You have a vote. It may not be the greater vote because the Class B stock may be the greater vote, but they hold a vote. So if it's a non-voting preferred stock, that means it is a non-tradable stock. There you go, guys. On to my prediction. All right, so here we are back at the charts, and we're going to go ahead and just do both the bear and the bull prediction. I want to go ahead and apologize. Obviously, me not giving that bear prediction the other day really jacked us up because I gave the bear prediction yesterday, and we followed the bull. I mean, we followed it to the T. So let's go ahead and just start out with the bear prediction like we always do, because that just seems to be the better luck for us. So tomorrow morning, if we go bear, of course, we're going to open up with a nice little dip, because that's what bears do. They fall. If we open up at the range that we're currently at, which is $5.30, and we've always shown that that's where we would begin, is right where we ended, usually, I would expect a dip to go immediately to $5.20. If we push past that, we're going to see $5.10. Now, don't think that this stock's afraid to hit that $5 mark again, because it most definitely can. And in fact, if the shorts decide to pick up their game tomorrow, $5 is probably going to be the ticket. And I would expect to see that coming. Now, I would hope to see a bounce off of 5, if not, of course, a catch at 490. But the bounce off of 5 is where I would expect for it to be, pushing back up to 510 and hopefully back to the 520 region, where I would foresee us trading for the vast majority of the day, between 510 and 520 through lunch, popping back up above 520, and then closing the day out somewhere between the 515 and probably 525 channel in that area. Now, that is going to be on low volume with a lot of shorting. And of course, that can happen. And we just talked about it. There's 900,000 shares available just through Fintel alone for them to short. So expect first shorts to step in tomorrow. But if we go bull, and I really hope we do, and all we need to go bull is some good solid buying pressure to move in, of course, we're going to open at that $5.30 mark where I want us to start, but immediately going to be making a test of $5.35. Remember, that is a extreme level of resistance, and we showed that today, pushing off of it many, many times. If we could crack through it and hold above it for a respectable amount of time, we're talking 10 minutes or so, maybe even just calling it a couple of bounces off of it, even within a few minute scale, and turning it into support, expect for a push back up to that $5.50 range, with $5.45 being a good level of resistance just before it. If we crack above 550, of course, you've got 560, 570, 575 area. 585 will be a crucial level of resistance. Now, we need massive volume to get past the 560 range, okay? We're going to be trading over 10, 12 million in volume, which is close to double what we've been seeing these last few days. We can get up over that and get into this range. More volume will step in. They'll see extreme amounts of lift in the stock, and FOMO will start kicking in, and they will start buying the stock, and I would easily see a push past 585 to the $6 mark. If we can crack $6, 610 would be our stop, I would suspect. With that being said, I only foresee us ending in the 560 to 550 channel. If we go higher than that, pure bonus. I'll take it every day of the week. Be careful how you trade tomorrow, guys. That Mmtlp could really jack you up. Like, subscribe, comment below for the algorithms. Make sure we're sharing this video. This one is probably maybe the most important video that we get out there, guys. With that being said, peace.